Hey guys, this is Yuli or Firewall here, and welcome to my set video. Alright, so as you can see, my desk, it is pretty big. I got this desk, I think it was about 2 years ago. So it's a pretty nice, big desk to have all my stuff laying around here. And also, one of the benefit of having a big desk is that you can keep the monitor all the way at the back, so you can have a lot of distance between you and the monitor, which is good for your health. Because if you have the monitor really close to your eyes, then it's just not good for it. So moving about, so I've just got I just got quite a lot of stuff on the left side here that I use sometimes. So earport for when I'm using headphone outside. I got some USB cable, some pencil, calculator, some more travel Oyster card, some wallet. These are USB drives and stuff all in there. Again, 2 more USB drive. These are like wristband wear, so you can wear them around your arms or your wrist, which I don't really do too much. I just have them laying around here. And then I have a external battery for my phone. This is pretty small in capacity. And before you asked, before any of you ask, the reason why it's pink is because this was the only color that they had for this battery. So yeah, I didn't really have a choice. This was a 10-pound battery from, I think, HM Smith or something, or I bought it from a stationery shop, and this is the cheaper model. It's £10, and it's got slightly lower capacity than their £20 version, but it still works pretty well. But unfortunately, the color is the only bad thing about it, really, because I don't really like pink that much. They're going around. My laptop, this is the Asus Zenbook UX430. I got this only about a month ago. I got this for university. For those of you guys that don't know, I finished with secondary school. I'm at A-level, and I go into King's College for electronic and information engineering, which is a course that you might not have heard of, but it's quite similar to computer science. So you're basically dealing with computer hardware and computer software. So it's a really nice laptop. It's been the Zenbook series has always been my dream laptop for a few years now. I've been a fan of them since 2011, 2012, and to be able to finally get one of the Zenbooks is pretty much a dream come true for me. So this laptop is got the iconic Zenbook spun metal finish. On this model, it is a bit more subtle, which in some ways I guess is nice, because you don't really want this laptop to be too show offy and to be attracting too much attention when you're using it outdoors, because then there's a higher risk that people might want to steal it or something. But anyway, it has a really thin design. It's got some ports on it, USB. There's a USB 2, and then SD card reader. On the left, you have the charging port, USB 3, a micro HDMI, headphone jack, and then a USB C port. So that's really nice, because there are quite a lot of laptops nowadays that only have USB C. And that's just really annoying, because you just have to get a lot of dongles. Not only is it a waste of money, but it's really, sometimes it can be really annoying to carry around, all of these dongles. They call it hashtag the dongle life, which I do not want to be a part of. So that's one of the reasons I got this laptop. And then opening it up. The lid is not really designed for one hand, so ideally you want to use your both hand, one hand holding down the back, the bottom, and then the other hand opening the lid. So it's got a 14-inch matte display, which I like, because I'm obviously going to uni. I'm going to be using it outdoor a lot, and also in places where there's a lot of bright lights, for example under the sun, or I don't know, maybe in a hall that's really well lit. So it's nice to have an anti-glare display that's not gonna have any reflections, because I hate that. I used to use a tablet, you know, in my secondary school, and because obviously a tablet being a touchscreen, it is always glossy, and I hated it when I have like the sun directly above me and all I can see is just a reflection and I can't actually see what's going on the screen. So that's nice. You know, it's got a SSD, a Core i5 processor and stuff, so the computer itself is pretty fast. You know, it boots up pretty quickly in like maybe 5 or 6 seconds. You know, it's got a fingerprint reader, so you know, in order to get in, I can just put my finger on there. And hold on a second, and there we go. Put your finger on there, and then you can get right in. You know, it takes about 2 or 3 seconds, which is pretty fast. So there's that, and you know, the fingerprints on the trackpad, and then you have the keyboard, which is, you know, backlit. So it is a white LED it is a white backlight. So you can see, you know, you can see the light. You can see the light coming out the keyboard there. Okay. And I've also got kind of like a sleeve for it, so here we are. So you know, it has a zip here, and it's got like a padded material here to protect your laptop, and then you simply just slide, you know, obviously close the lid on the laptop first, and then you can slide it in, zip it up, and then, you know, you can throw this into a backpack or whatever, and it should stay safe. So there's that. Onto my desktop. Oops, just yeah, the screen's got black, so I'm just gonna turn it back on again. Alright. So well, first of all, as you can see, for, you know, on my laptop and on my desktop, you know, I got this new wallpaper. It is like, you know, a circuit board with kind of a chip in the middle, and there's 1s and 0 binary flowing off it, which is quite nice. It is more like a geeky, techie wallpaper, but you know, I like it because I'm like that kind of person. So the monitor itself is the BenQ RL2455, if I remember correctly. It was meant for console gaming, because when I got this monitor about a year ago, I was still a console player, so I didn't really mind the 60 Hertz, because, you know, on console the max FPS you can have in a game is 60 frames per second. But well, when I switched to PC gaming, obviously I've already had this monitor for about a year when, you know, I switched to PC gaming a few weeks just a few weeks earlier. So, you know, other than the fact that this is not 144 Hertz, there's nothing really wrong with this monitor, so I just decided to keep it and not upgrade the monitor. But in the future, the next time I buy a new monitor, I will probably buy like a 144 Hertz monitor, or even like a 240 monitor, because now, you know, I'm a PC gamer now, you know, having a higher refresh rate. And then I've got this Drevo turfing keyboard. Basically, it is a 10 keyless mechanical keyboard. There's no number pad. The key itself, these are red switches. They're not Cherry MX switches. They're like Cherry MX like clone switches, which like keep the price down, because this is a budget mechanical keyboard. It costs only £30, and for £30, I think this keyboard is really nice, because the build quality is, you know, pretty nice. It's not the best built thing in the world, but you know, they've got they've got aluminium on the top, and then they've got a nice quality metal on the bottom, and the overall design of the keyboard is just really clean and simple. You know, it's just, you know, you have these keys. There's no writing anywhere on the keyboard other than the keys themselves. You know, the keys, they're black, they're black keys with, you know, white lines on them, and the backlight itself is also white only as well. So it's just like a really clean and simple black and white keyboard look. Oh, and by the way, it's also got a braided cable, which is, you know, also nice because it means that it's more durable. And then for the mouse, this is the Steelseries Rival 100 mouse. It is a budget gaming mouse that's like really good, because for £20 this is really like good mouse. It rivals like some of the more high-end mouse as well. It does the job wonderfully for me. And it's got RGB lighting, which I don't really care too much about, because I mean, it's a mouse, right? Like for a keyboard, the backlight makes sense because you can see the light in the dark, but for a mouse, you're not gonna be looking at it when you're using the mouse. So the RGB lighting is just like it's just like an extra bonus for this mouse, but it doesn't really do anything functional wise on it. Then maybe perhaps making it look a bit cooler, but that's about it really. It doesn't really do anything else. Normally I have like the backlighting on the mouse and keyboard both turned off, but I turned it on for this video simply because it makes my setup looks a bit more cooler, I guess. And then the mouse pad is a Steelseries mouse pad. It is the QCK Plus. So it is just a bigger version of the QCK cloth mousepad. The mousepad itself is pretty thin. I think it's only 2mm or something. You know, I got this large mousepad. So you know, if I were to play a game like CS:GO or whatever, I can have a relatively low sensitivity and be accurate in games, while still be able to like just swipe my mouse everywhere and then turn really fast. So you know, I'm a lot more reactive. And also the cloth material makes it more of a control mousepad rather than a speed mousepad, which is nice because, you know, a control mousepad, it can make you more accurate or whatnot. And then the mouse bungee. This is just like a cheap £5 mouse bungee that you can find on Amazon. You don't really need them. You don't really need like the more expensive mouse bungees, because they basically do exactly the same. Like I think some of the Zowie and the Razer ones, they cost like £20 or £50 or something, and that's just insane for just like a mouse bungee, which is supposed to be pretty cheap because it's quite a simple device, you know. And then so down at the bottom I have well, first of all, down the bottom is a cable mess, because well, this is everything that you can see under the desk, and I don't really care too much because it's under the desk. Not a lot of people is going to intentionally look down here, so whatever. There's a lot of cable, I don't really care. So on the left here, I have the PS4. This is basically, I used to use it when I used to play on console, but not anymore. I'm all about the PC Monster Race now. The PS4, you know, I still have it hooked up because maybe sometimes occasionally I might like play games on it or whatever. So, and there's like, and I see, you know, there's no point to just like unplugging it and then put it somewhere to collect dust, because you know, it's not like clogging up this area or whatever. So I just kept it here. So that is going to my monitor as well. So both the PC and the PS4, the HDMI cable is going to my monitor. So there's two HDMI port on my BenQ monitor, and I can like switch between them or whatever. So the PC, this is the PC that I built. The case is the Thermaltake. I think it's the H50 15 case. It has got a clear panel on the left here. You can see, so you can like see inside, and then this overall is just like a simple, clean, you know, black case that's very well ventilated. So there's that ventilation on the top. There's, you know, ventilation in the front, and then at the bottom and at the back as well. I will post the spec on the screen right now so you can see it. But it's a pretty like mid-range build. This costed like about £600, which is actually cheaper than my laptop, because my laptop actually costed £800, so it's a bit more expensive than my desktop actually. I have my phone placed right next to the monitor. The phone is the Redmi Note 4G. You might have not heard of it. That's because it is only sold in China and India, so in like Europe it's not actually available. It's more of like a budget Note device, so it's a 5.5 inch, and it costs the equivalent of £100. So for the price, this phone is like pretty good. And the phone, you know, it still works well. The battery life is still great, so I didn't see any points in, you know, upgrading the phone. So I'm just gonna keep using the Redmi for now. And then in terms of headset, so when I'm outdoors, when I travel outside, I usually use the AirPod. But when I'm gaming at home, I use the Tritton Kunai headphone. So I believe it says it says Kunai here. So this is a £50 gaming headphone, and there's really no points in getting like a really expensive like £100 or £200 headphone, because they work, you know, like pretty similarly. Like any headset is a upgrade from just using speakers, because with the headset you can hear you can hear footsteps and in-game sound more clearly, so it will definitely give you an advantage in any games, whether, you know, you're playing like League of Legends or CS:GO or Call of Duty. It's gonna give you a, you know, advantage no matter what, because you can distinguish like each in-game sound from the other one really clearly. And this headset has been working great for me. I've got this like about a year or two ago, and it's worked well for me ever since. You know, it's got a detachable microphone. So, you know, when I don't need a microphone, I can just, you know, take it off like I just did right now. You can you can rotate the ear cup, so when you're not using it, you can just put this around your neck. The actual cable itself, so there's one cable, and it is a combo 3.5mm headphone jack. So if I'm using this on my phone or like a PS4 controller or whatnot, I can just connect this onto the single headphone jack. So, you know, both the microphone and the headphone sound goes through this one cable. But then if I want to use it on my desktop, I can just use use this adapter. This adapter cable comes with the headset for free. So you plug the single headset jack in there, and then it splits into, you know, the sound and then the mic. So purple is mic and then green is the sound, you know, the actual headphone sound. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.